Hi, I'm Chris Batten, the Alaska Angler. Welcome to our exclusive YouTube series, the Alaska Angler Classics, a look back at celebrating 35 years of teaching Alaskans how to fish. The effective sizes on the jig heads, as we were talking about. All right. As I was showing you, is that 1/64th of an ounce, that real tiny one. There's something even smaller than this, 1/64th of an ounce, all the way up to the 3/8, the 1/2 ounce. Of course, we go to some 3-ounce jigs, of course, for lake trout and such, but you don't have too many of those. Okay, so you have a variety of configuration. You go for big stuff like this for the lake trout, just put on a bigger twister tail, same head, just more mass for the fish to eat. It sees it.
If you're going to order this twister tail, what size is that? I mean,
they come in, there are different names. That's a meanie, it's M-E-E-N-I-E, or else it can be an inch twister tail. They go by the lengths. This is about a 2.5, 3-inch twister tail. This one, is this one the fish? Yeah, you can see the fish teeth marks in that. Okay, here's another excellent one that you need to have if you're going to fish a smolt out migration in May, June. It's a vibro tail, blue fox. You use these for bass, crappies, lower 48. Very effective. Again, it has that little tail that just, it swims differently, but it's super effective. I think it's one of the best. Yeah, vibro, V-I-B-R-O dash tail. Same people who make the pixie. Well, I guess you can't have 100% winners all the time, like this one. And I'll send this around.
what did you say the head of this is called on this?
The whole thing is, you have to buy it in entirety. It's a vibro tail, blue fox vibro tail. Whenever you can find them, you can't find them all that often, but if you can find some with the chrome jig heads like this, buy them all you can. They're really good, and they're hard to find sometimes.
What are they?
Just chrome plated jig heads instead of the painted ones.
Is that Australian thing?
Oh, it's an Aussie jig head that I'm passing around. Just to, they're effective, but they're not necessary. Let's put it that way. You don't need to buy the Aussies. They're just for specialized fishing scenarios, like in really slow moving current and where you want a little bit more action, a little bit more convincing. A few other lures you need in your ultralight fishing box if you're having your ultralight rod and reel and you're fishing wherever for rainbows, char, grayling, lake trout. Everything I need is in this box. It's just a tiny Dick Knight spoon. They're flutter spoons. They're very thin and they just flutter down very slow. And you cast these right along the edges of shoreline, say in the lakes here, Quartz Lake, Harding Lake, Chena Lakes, and they flutter and they move very, very, very well in the water. And different configurations, different sizes, different colors, chrome, gold, black and red work well. And here's its match, which is a Z-Ray. Z-R-A-Y. You see this kink in it, I'm going to send it around, and it gives it a unique action. It's unlike anything else. It doesn't even look like it'll work, but it is really very effective. The larger version of this I'll also tell you about salmon, and works pretty good for salmon. There's one that beats this for salmon. We test these lures. We get them from the manufacturers by the more than we ever care to use. You see, they're just everywhere. You know, I get more lures and everything. We try them out, some work and some don't. And the ones that do work consistently over and over again is what I'm sharing with you tonight. I mean, we've tried them all over and over again, and these are the best ones. So the spoons, I'll start this way. And these are some of the best ones in my box. The colors. Here's the pearlescent. Again, see, I use pearlescent also when possible. That pearly white, really of super color. In spoons also. Okay, other side. All right, now here's coming the micro jigs with the 1/64th of an ounce. I mean, we're really getting into tiny stuff here. And this imitates the midges and all the tiny aquatic invertebrates in the water. and you'd want to use black or brown with these. It seldom does white work well with these, but they're really tiny and they may be hard to cast, but you usually, how you fish these is if you're in a boat and you just let the line out when you're rowing around and let the line just go out by itself, and then you engage and retrieve it very slowly. All right, these are real tiny guys. But these,
something like that on a bobber?
yes, you can use it right behind, underneath the float. Good, Wayne. And when you're on a stream, and just fish right below float, and it'll carry it down. And if that's the depth that they're feeding on, if they're coming up after nymphs or rising a hatch of some sort, you'll catch fish. Oftentimes they will spit it out, though. After they take and they feel the bobber. So you got to be quick and use this very light. Okay, and here's the tails, the pearlescent tails that go with that. That's in case one disappears along the way. So someone will have the rest to look at. All right. Can you lock the bottom on this? It's got a lure that's hung up in there, and just pass this top part around so everyone can see it. They're so small that I hate to. Real quickly, there's in closing out jigs, because we have all these other lures and items to go through. This is for diving in the river. If you want a jig that gets down right in one place without belling up, this has a lip on it. It's a diving jig, so when the current hits that, goes right down to the bottom and stays there, just like a diving plug. And so you can just fish this a variety of different ways. Or if you're retrieving it in a lake, it'll stay down at the right level where the fish are at, rather than coming up and bailing through the current. So it's a specialized jig head, but very effective in certain situations. And there's a variety of other jig heads here, but they're very specialized. The only other one that you need to know about is the tinsel tail. See, the fish are really hammered. These, there's not even any tinsel on it left. It's at least the gold or the silver. But these offer the flash that the plastics oftentimes don't have. And when you're fishing in a lake for, say, lake trout or char, or fishing anything that resembles a pond smelt, a whitefish, a salmon smolt, and the fish want flash, or if it's a sunny day, try one of these, especially in lakes, lake trout, char. They go after these and they smash them up. You'll see these in some of the photos.
Thanks for watching our exclusive YouTube series, the Alaska Angler Classics, celebrating 35 years of teaching Alaskans how to fish. I began teaching Alaska fishing seminars in 1980. This segment is from one of my most popular seminars, Chris Batten's Advanced Alaska Fishing Techniques, a pioneer course that taught a generation of guides and anglers how to catch trophy Alaska sport fish. This information has withstood the test of time, and much of the advice is as effective now as when I first gave it 35 years ago. Refer to our website, alaskaangler.com, to order our best-selling seminars, books, information services, and instructional DVDs. And while you're at it, sign up for your free subscription to the Alaska Angler Journal. For our newest how-to and where-to-go videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking here. Each month we'll randomly select subscribers to receive special offers and links to select fishing and outdoor videos. And don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/thealaskaangler for where-to and how-to tips, field reports, and insider news you'll want to know. You can also follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/ChrisBattenAK for daily advice, tips, and inside information on everything that's Alaska fishing, outdoors, and adventure travel. I hope you'll connect and join the millions of readers over the last 40 years who have followed me as I've explored the Alaska outdoors. Give us a test cast to receive the best of Alaska sport fishing. I promise you won't come up empty-handed.